essence. Truth and love in everything I be manifesting. So lay the blood from my roots up through my very essence. Initiation, spiritual acquiescence. The queen of cups, the waters flow through me, the inner vessel. I taste the wind and shift the culture, call me willing vessel. With blood and bones, I sing the ancestors' song. Light my candles, lay my offerings, I'ma right all these wrongs. Which way? To the water. Which way, which way, which way, which way? To the waters, to the waves and the coast, to the flame, cast my bones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the waves and the coast, to the flames, cast my bones. Which way? 28 seasons since you took your last breath. My heart had broken, shook me open, thought I had nothing left. You fed us all, buried your tears in your chest, and you chose me to be your watchman as you found your last breath. How we drift away, such a bitter sway in these toxic days. And your soul just longs to be free, longing to get all it needs. And I think about the ones that carried me along the way, planting seeds in their prayers that I would be okay. How we drift away, you'll always find your way, just way back home to the water. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my home. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bone. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones. To the waves on the coast, the flames cast my bones.
Boom, shaka, laka. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I'm tempted to just do this whole ceremony in this robot voice. Um, I might do it. I might just switch on to it or whatnot. But happy full moon. This is the piece of the dealer. Deal in peace. And yeah, this is quite the threshold, as you can see, that we're crossing through here. The moon is going to go over the full moon portal that will cross over the souls of all the people who've died since the new moon. And as the moon goes over the nodes 6 hours from now, completes in the full moon, is when, natural to your physiology and person, you'll really begin to feel a whole lot of the effects of what you have been doing for the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to go in as I usually do, but I'm going to make sure that personally, I give you context for how what you're going through right now is very significant to the new moon in Aries and full moon in Libra that we had, I want to say 7 months ago. If we look at this holistically as everything leads into each other, it'll really help you appreciate how you're literally on the verge of breakthrough. I've said this a lot. There's a lot of times we're going to be on the verge of breakthrough because we don't just go through one breakthrough in life. So, relative to this update, for those of you who can't put your finger on why you feel you're getting ready to break through more significantly than ever before, that's because you already have. You just haven't. This is going to blow your mind. This is going to blow your fucking mind. You already have reached the place you're wanting to go, and you have already manifested what you're wanting to manifest. And what's weird to you is that you feel it, but your conscious mind is transforming through this Scorpio season so that coming into Sagittarius, you see what you've broken into. And so there's this slight dissonance between the physical aspect of you and the spiritual aspect of you that's tapped into it. It's experiencing it now. You're literally feeling it. And it's almost like trolling your physical self. Some of you have been able to hack your own thinking patterns to experience it, the sneak peek of this. But what accounts for this phenomena is the 29-degree Jupiter in Pisces. The thing about Pisces is, and this is where, for those of you who believe in ophiuchus, there as a 13th zodiac sign, there is a very magical nature to how you can apply the wisdom of ophiuchus. I'll never teach ophiuchus because you have to be initiated into that stuff. And so people who speak about like 13 zodiac signs or ophiuchus is very misleading. It's not responsible to really teach like that because it's something that you have to be initiated to. There's a way to interpret this to where, and the reason why Scorpio is so short, right? And this is kind of the period where it starts to turn to ophiuchus, is the 12 zodiac sign model runs on a linear plane. And this is what we teach because everything that we're doing is really preparing you for ascension. So there's certain things that we're teaching you right now. It's actually a lie. It's actually very misleading, but that's how we're supposed to teach it, because a very important part about your journey and learning is when you get initiated, when you break away from what you're taught and you on your own break through into your own unique discovery. This is where you become the hermit card. You start to get a little rebellious. And relative to how this is meant to be taught, we have to maintain this linear 12 sign system because we're in 3D right now. Okay. And so relative to this illusion and myth, that in a sense, and don't take what I'm saying too literally, because there is no 13th zodiac sign. There are 12 zodiac signs. But something to keep in mind is when you start to go into Scorpio, you have the seven zodiac signs in Libra. Then you have Scorpio, which starts to transform you out of the 2D alignment, right? You have the circle. Once you start to, you have the circle, you have the wheel. Once you start to now hit Scorpio, right? Let me see if I could do this right. So it's flat, but then you get to Scorpio. And the reason why it's shorter is because the curvature starts to curve up. And then Sagittarius, you ascend. So Ophiuchus is literally the curvature out of the 2D into a 5D. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't, it's irresponsible to teach it. It's not something that, it's not, when people teach ophiuchus, they're trying to teach you that with a 2D model. And that's very misleading. You're not supposed to do that. It's, if you could, the wisdom of the 13th zodiac sign is not something that is orated. It's something that's really experienced. It's the whole analogy of you ascending. If you were to ascend out of 3D, then you wouldn't be, if you were to ascend your consciousness and awaken your third eye, you wouldn't be bound by the 3D. Then you can't use the zodiac as is, because now you're perceiving reality outside of time and space. Now you have to use the ophiuchus thing. Now you have to use like the 13 zodiac signs. And this is where you start to see Scorpio is shorter. It's not that it's shorter, it's that to the 3D it looks shorter, but it's that curvature. If you were to ascend and then you looked at the ophiuchus chart, you would start to see your reality like that. So that's why if you ask me, is there a 13 zodiac sign? There isn't. There isn't. I will never teach this, because that, first of all, the Galactic Federation will be on my ass. Like, that's like Prometheus. I'm not even allowed to talk on that. So, I'll troll you. But in this sense, ophiuchus is just a decan of Scorpio. Okay, I'm religiously will teach the 360-degree 12 sign zodiac, but I understand that some of you are kind of initiated, especially those of you with Sag, with Scorpio. Some of you might be initiated to this wisdom, and just know, don't listen to anyone that is talking to you about it. Okay, don't listen to anyone that's like talking about it, unless it's just like we're talking about it for speculation. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to where I got this information. It was in a group I got this information. Shout out to y'all who shared it. It was really awesome the way they shared it. But don't be careful of people who try and like force it on you, because it's not orated. The energy has to take you there, and it's not like necessarily like you're more or less woke, right? Because you understand this or not. There's just some of you are getting pushed into that rabbit hole with the South Node Scorpio. The nodes have kind of gone through that ophiuchus point. Regardless, we're in 3D, right? So embrace that 12 thing. Embrace the 12, because the reason why I even mentioned it is, all right, get this. In other words, as long as you're 3D, you don't have to worry about ophiuchus. Once you transform, the vision you're seeing, which alludes to the fact that everyone has this transformation ability or form, everyone has a Scorpio form, and your ascended vision as you see beyond space time to time space is where now you'd probably see that chart. Okay, so why am I saying this? The reason why I call this a supernatural energy harvest ritual is because we are quintessentially stepping into a brand new and complete way. Oh shit. Oh my God. To completely harness energy. Can I download all of them? Damn. All right. Wow. Let me see if I can do this real quick. I got sent some frequencies by someone I'm going to do a peace talk with. Really awesome individual. So I'm going to play some of them. I'm going to play some frequencies while I'm talking. And then I'll look into it and get back to you. But this is one of those full moons that is going to quintessentially transform the way you harness energy. And the best way to kind of explain this is to give you a visual if possible. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what we'll do. We'll do the tradition. We'll do the long-standing tradition we always do on this channel. If you know what I'm about to say, you'll know. I'm going to show you a special video that more so than ever will give you an idea of what we're stepping into. And I'm just going to play the whole video. It's a 10-minute clip. Okay. I play it every time, but it's going to hit harder this time, y'all. It's going to hit harder this time, y'all. It's going to hit harder this time, y'all. Because when we were playing it before, we were still like opening to these concepts. Now we've all broken through. Now we've all had our own experiences. This is going to hit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. So my bad. I'm excited. I don't give a fuck. I'm excited. So this full moon is standalone in that if this was just a full moon with Uranus, it wouldn't even be that impressive because we have this like, every few years for the next couple of years. But the nodes coming in here add an intensity square Saturn that makes this a milestone full moon. This full moon quintessentially transforms forever the nature of how much more realistically you consciously and intently can not only harness energy. Of course, the quality of your energy will depend on the quality of your soul and aura, right? If you have like a fiery energy, it's because you have a fire moon. If you have a more grounded, it's because you have an earth moon. This is also going to enable you to, coming into the mutable signs, change the way you do this. Now, what you may be noticing in the set, the reason why you had to embrace your insecurities 2018 is because there's a depth and eccentricity to this energy that you have to embrace. What you may notice is in expressing very passionate elements of your eccentricity, I want you to comment an exclamation mark emoji if you've noticed this, even if intuitively. You're feeling this sense that comes from an outside influence, whether directly or indirectly, of you being not cool, of you being lame, of you kind of causing cringe because you're expressing yourself in a way that's too passionate or not necessarily cool. I have to make sure I address this. It doesn't have to be necessarily that dramatic. It could be at a subtle level or it could be at an overt level. This is pure social Scorpio energy. Aquarius is coolness. Leo is awesomeness. Scorpio is pureness. Taurus is that naturalness. You're bringing your own naturalness into this sphere, okay? That Scorpio Aquarius square is the whole notion of the coldness from Scorpio and the Saturn Aquarian too cool for schoolness. Right now, you have a lot of people who are so hooked and self-obsessed with their image and so focused with being cool and fitting in more so than ever because they're fake, stupid bitches that the most revolutionary thing you're doing is just being really yourself. And because their whole life is a lie and they're fake as fuck and they can just be shot in the face with how stupidly fake they are. You just being really you threatens the bejesus out of them. It denotes a cringe. Your authenticity is so cringy because these people are so desperately fake. They have lost themselves to themselves. And so here you are effortlessly being authentic. It makes them cringe so much. Oh, they're so real. Oh, why isn't this person fake? They actually mean what they say. Ew. They're not putting on airs. Ew. Why is this person trying? You're actually performing live exorcisms on people. Your aura is like holy water to these fake, stupid, fake bitches and stupid idiots. And they're just like, and this is just you chilling in your base form. Okay? This is so key. This is so key. If you resonate with this, Sagittarius season is about to be you on a horse, naked as a hillbilly, happy AF. This is your victory. You don't understand that you are up against entire collectives. Now that you have embraced the unique value of who you are, these passive aggressive manipulative dynamics doesn't work on them anymore. Before, there could just be like this very vague, nuanced sense of peer pressure to pressure you to suppress yourself. Now you're not holding yourself back, and you're starting to see how much more powerful you've always been. So I just want to let you know victory is here, but you're getting ready to take this so much to the next level. As serious as the sun's about to trine Jupiter, and then it's going to ascend in Sag and then square Jupiter. Boom. Okay, like you're getting ready for blast off. And this is a blast off of liberation and how much more uninhibited you are expressing the most unique aspects of yourself. Psychologically, there are unseen elements of this to your consciousness that time, so that the energy you will have released by fully being authentic to yourself at timed moments, there are projected negativity bursts so that your self-esteem is hurt to hold you back. Case in point, if I was really going to sing something very close to my heart, and at that point, somebody says, you suck, in a very manipulative way to trip me up, if I took that to heart, it would get in the way of how much I sing that note. But you have seen through this to the point where now, whereas that may have inhibited you your whole life, now you're breaking through it. Now it's like, is that it? And you may not understand that you are terrifying these same influences that maybe they used to have leverage over you like this. This is so very important. Scorpio really helps you take your power back because of the whole drawing boundaries and dealing with people. But there's a very evil, manipulative bent to Scorpio and Aquarius. Ask Scorpios. They know how evil Scorpio can be. It's either pure or pure evil. Like, it's so interesting. Like, Scorpios will call out the bullshit of other Scorpios, but this isn't to demonize Scorpios as much as the energy itself that everyone has in their chart and everyone can corrupt. The thing that is very key here is not only are you breaking through this once and for all, the North Node, South Node means it's once and for all. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, all right, like every single time this transit has been here, it's bringing everything out. But I just want to really signal this victory call for you, because many of you with this Uranian and Taurus energy, this energy is like reversing. And that's why it's bringing out childishness in so much people, because the way we've been taught about time is really bullshit. And so there are elements within you that still resonate in frequency with stuff that your subconscious is aligning that you felt 10, 20 years ago, but your conscious mind will just have to process as, I don't know why I'm having this nostalgic memory that's being revisited, because the equivalent of what we're having now is like the whole note. The reason why I'm bringing up coolness and like, oh, you're a loser, lame. These are all illusions. You're purging that. A lot of you are purging a lot of societal childishness. A lot of people are not on your level intellectually, emotionally, maturely. And it's terrifying when you see these people in adult positions. And so you have been taking leadership just by mastering your internal world. You have been taking leadership just by taking responsibility of how you own your own internal locus of control and rid other people's ability to take advantage or manipulate you. So the Uranus and Taurus is you literally innovating the whole notion of your value, breaking free out of all the useless ad hominem fallacies that adults still use. There's adults still mentally in high school that use high school and grade school insults. Seriously, because they're still arrested in their development. Because there's a lot of people who pretend to be mature, but they're really not. And so it confuses you because you think you're supposed to look up to these people, and now you become the adults of these people. So here's the thing. What it's gonna feel like is like you're revisiting high school again. But and so I want to be very careful here because I'm not saying the whole notion that you were the loser in high school and now there were the cool people in high school. That's a very linear 3D this person versus that person argument. It's like you experienced this as a kid. The whole, oh, these people are losers, these people are the cool people. But now it's like it's completely reversed. It's now that you're still in this dynamic, but now the whole notion of a loser or a jock or a cool person doesn't even exist. It's just real people and fake people. And now you're one of the you're the real one. And what's so very important here is the whole notion of the nodes. Everything about the South Node helps unlock early childhood influences. The actions you're stepping into are literally aligning and uplifting you out of incorrect ways you remembered past events. It's like you're literally breaking through old karma that you may have tripped up or may have held you back before. Okay. So I want to be very clear because not everyone, like I'm willing to bet that more than most people watching me right now, you are not the loser in high school. You had really awesome friends. You were probably really, it's like, I'm not going to say you were the most popular person in school, but you had really cool friends. You had really cool experiences. And it's like uplifting out of this whole illusion of the dynamic that some people are cool people and other people are losers. It's like this whole illusion fades, and you realize the only people who are losers are the people who put up these airs as if they're cooler than other people because they have more money, because they dress better, when really these are just insecure idiots who need someone else to feel better than. They're mentally ill. And so all of this ripple effect of this nature in society is being completely exposed and collapsed tower style. And so all these people who've kind of lived this, it's all collapsing versus you who've never been on that fake shit a day in your life. And now you're actually being rewarded for it by the universe of people who matters. Have to be clear on this. I have to be clear on this. My heart is bubbling up because the whole notion of how this now activates your energy harnessing is when we're talking about Uranus coming out of Capricorn in the 90s, now being in Taurus, you know what I'm saying? The whole notion of you feeling this energy harnessing is not even possible. This is not necessarily something you can just harness. Let me download this. I want to make sure we're clear here. This isn't necessarily, oh, yeah, let me do that. This isn't necessarily something. The video I'm going to share, I'm going to put in the description box for anyone who wants to see it later. But the video, the whole notion of what we're stepping into is something that you have been developing your whole life. So I want to be clear here. The last major, the last major transit we had here was first in 84, the 84 to 86 channel, major. And then 94, 93, 94. That's when Saturn was in Aquarius. Those periods through Pluto and Scorpio were so important because this is the last major period where we as a collective, oh, damn it, where we as a collective were able to harness energy on a very energetic scale. And now that was probably super retarded what I did. That was really dumb what I just said. So let me kind of let me try and find the right words to say this. The quality with which you as an individual, but the understanding of society can work with energy. We want to look at 94, we want to look at 84. Okay. And I want to say, as far as breakthroughs, so 30 years later, now that Saturn is back in Aquarius, That's how much I want to highlight how important, I love that you said that, hyperbolic time chamber, how important what you are seeing is. Okay. And what I am wanting to explain with this is as follows. Oops, I just spoiled it. So what I'm wanting to explain with this is as follows. Okay. Uh basically, okay. So 93 and 84 was the first institution of this. So the reason why I'm highlighting now is this transit right now is one of the transits that relative, the last time we had a transit like this, in my opinion, was 94, 93 with Saturn Aqua and North Node in Taurus. Okay. For those of you with North Node in Taurus, born in 94, or no, North Node and Scorpio. I got North Node and Scorpio. Yeah, North Node and Scorpio. So with that being said, North Node and Taurus was like 85, 84. Okay. Now, this process is a very deeply, innately quantum process. It takes your whole life to get to a point where you can harness energy supernaturally. What I'm basically saying is we have reached a pivot. That's why a lot of people didn't make it. Like it's a trial and it's a trial period. Not everyone makes it to this level. You're representing the new world. This is the universe's form of selection, not natural selection. It's a bunch of aliens orchestrating this shit. Oops, I said too much. I'm not supposed to say that. Other than that, what's very key, and it's every bit as controversial as you think, but what's very key about this is a transit like this breaks you through in your ability to harness the latent natural energy with your body conducting the voltage of your spirit in ways that push you forward what you've been used to do. That being said, if you've ever watched Naruto, if you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z, if you've ever watched Hunter x Hunter, if you've ever watched any of these TV shows, movies, where you're seeing people exhibit supernatural powers with their energy, this is it. This is the threshold. From Aries to Libra, you activated within your physiology and consciousness new powers, updated powers relative to a 12-year Jupiter cycle that evolved you to the next level. Just speaking facts. And so now that you have broken through this next level of power, Scorpio season is transforming the quality with which you can harness energy. Now that the hardware of your body has evolved, now the quality of energy you can do is stronger. Evidence of this is you're getting way more moody, you're getting way more horny than you used to be, you're getting way more angry. For those of you with the Mercury that was square Pluto, that you've been reacting to things way more extremely, way more angry, this is a good sign. You cannot demonize yourself with this because your body is reacting to you harnessing so much more energy than you're used to harnessing. The Scorpio season up until Taurus season was the balancing. Like now that we're full moon in Taurus, your body has finally been able to balance and catch up with your hormonal, like a raging teenage emotional body that has been transforming like never before. Some of you ladies, the goddess Kali has just been awakening. You've been just been looking at men like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Let me get this motherfucker in bed. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. How dare this man exist? Now I gotta lay this on him. It's okay, queen. Relax. This is your yoni awakening the dark goddess within you. Okay? It doesn't change the fact you're still gonna want to kill these men after, but it's okay. It's okay. Find you the right king who's ready for snoo snoo. Because the divine masculine has to go through their transformation by being dead and reborn anew through the snoo snoo. So, like, it's a process where we got to come together. This is the apotheos. This is the heros gamos. Okay. And I'm actually not joking. In order to stave off this excess of sexual energy, it's gonna be that masculine that releases their excess energy and balances this through some good boom, 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 snoo, snoo transformation for real. And there's ways that you can facilitate this masculine feminine intercourse that's not strictly physical. You can make love to the planet that has a lot of yin energy. You can connect with the sun that has a lot of yang energy. Although I definitely prefer physical intercourse because it's the most efficient method, but it's all good. What's very important here is in tandem with Venus, you're being inevitably connected with soulmate counterparts that will help facilitate this. Even if for some of you, it's with a one night stand with someone who you are not conscious you knew from a past life. So, what's very key here, and I say that a lot, is relative to your ability to harness energy. That's going to lead to the final part of this breakthrough, jutsu. The reason why you're going to realize you've broken through in harnessing energy is now from the full moon to the third quarter square, you're going to be harvesting the effects of what's happening. This is what brings me to what I said before. Once we step into Sagittarius season, it's ascension. Now you're seeing the effects of your ability to harness this transformation of energy. Now that your body is acclimated to channeling this, you're starting to do techniques. This is where we're going to learn. This is where we're going to take what we learned about magic in Gemini and mastered in Virgo, and now ascend in Sagittarius, where we're in situations where we have to use it or be kidnapped or get in a car accident or break through, because we've now applied everything we've learned about magic moving forward. And now you see the effects of what was in the darkness, occult, hidden in Scorpio. Everything moving, like this full moon is the threshold. Like if you thought everything we've gone through was crazy, I'm talking about 2020, 2021, nothing. Midterm elections is tomorrow. Nothing. It's nothing. Nothing. January 6th, Capitol, nothing. Nothing. 9/11, nothing. That's nothing. Taliban taking over again, it's nothing. You have not seen nothing. You have not seen shit, my friends. Mass extinction events didn't even happen yet. Please, this is child's play. Everything you have experienced up until this point is completely child's play. That's why you have certain people who read cards who really tapped in for real. They've been taking breaks. If you started to see a lot of people who are tapped in for real, they're not even out here for real. That's because they tapped into what's coming out. They don't know how to tell you what's coming. They're not reckless like the piece that just tell you it's the end of the world, motherfuckers. Like, I hope you found God. I hope you ready, because those who still on the fence with God, like they're gonna be the people who are fucked up the most. All of you who've been because all this awakening of superpowers, all this finding your soulmate, all this awakening of your true self, the only purpose of this is so you connect with God. Like that, it's not so that you manifest your perfect reality, you find your dream life. It's so that you connect with God, so that once this apocalypse goes through, you connected. And then you end this with eternal life. That's it. For those of you who that's it. People are arguing religiously about who God is, what God means, and really all that matters is you treat your neighbor like you treat yourself, and most importantly, you put God first. It's so funny. All these people who argue religion, all these people who argue with other people about what God is right, do you know what they don't do? They don't love other people. They're fake. They don't put God first. This is what Scorpio season and Sagittarius season are going to teach you quintessentially. The difference between people who worship God in spirit and truth versus people who worship religion. A lot of people worship religion, because they're quick to argue with you philosophically. They don't really care about practicing what they preach. They just care about being right. They care about making sure you align with their beliefs. If they actually worshiped God, they would put God first before anything they do. And they would care more about showing you love than winning an argument with you, than making sure they're right about their argument, because these people don't worship God. Their God is their philosophy. Their God is their belief. And so when they go to the gates, they'll be like, but I preached in your name. And God will be like, I don't know you, sir. You believed some idea of me. You didn't believe in me because you didn't show it in your actions. Period. It is what it is. So this is going to be really key because every single one of you have this unique connection to God through your sun sign. And your moon sign is a fractal of that source of God, right? But it's your sun sign, the spirit, the Christ like spirit that is the unique snowflake that you can connect to God through in your own unique way. And so this is where you can tell yourself you're a God or you're a God all day. But if your actions are not in alignment with God's will, you're just lying to yourself. You're no different than Lucifer, who wanted to be as God and fell. But if you surrender your ego and align yourself with God, especially now, this is going to help facilitate more in accelerated fashion. Now, the purpose of this ritual, your transformation state. So, everybody, in theory, I would like to believe, has a transformation state. Oh my God. Not everyone has to harness this as a state, but I do believe that everybody, in a sense, let me kind of explain this. Oh shit. That's lit. All right, I'm gonna be playing this frequency in the background, so don't mind me. But this will be a part of the ritual. So this is a theory I'm going to be maintaining because apotheosis transformation is going to refer to it's gonna yo, this frequency is already working. I'm feeling giggly and shit. Okay, this I'm gonna have the creator of this come on the channel and explain how these work too. But is this ritual worshiping any deity? No, because I only fuck with God. I mean, we only fuck with God over here too, homie. Um, this ritual is not about worshiping anybody. This ritual is you just setting an intention. All we're gonna do for this ritual is to harness an emotion, not even a feeling, is to just harness um this sense of this physical sense of knowing, and it's gonna charge your energy. All you're gonna do is you're gonna feel something that you have that's intangible, and it's going to be the channel that's going to bring you through. And shout out to 7XO. We see you're new here. Thanks for joining us. So basically, let me lower the volume. I hope this isn't distracting, but I want it to be still barely there. Okay. So that being said, I'm sorry. This is pretty fun. Okay. So I'm so excited. So basically, yeah, Mars in Gemini is also changing your attitude and approach towards this because your mind is picking up on this. So we've already kind of confirmed that you personally are dealing with a much greater emphasis on the nature of which you feel your energy being stronger. And this is why I want to bring you back to the Aries new moon. The reason why is because you've gone through 6 months, which you do every year from Aries to Libra, of in new moon in Aries, you started a new cycle of activating the next level and layer of power. And then you had the full moon in Libra, which completed feeling the social understanding of how to anchor who you are, how to feel and think about yourself socially for who you are. Fast forward to Libra season that completed this with now the social definition of who you are and feeling the authenticity in areas of what you activated. And why that's important is every year that we do this 6-month arc, it activates and integrates updated facets of your character. And so relative to this year with Jupiter at the end of its evolution cycle, this is the final chapter of you updating the most amazing realization of who you are. Now, let's put all this in context because most of you watching this are representing the end of the old world or the new generation post Pluto Sagittarius. You all have God forms. That's what makes this generation unique, unlike other generations before. Your grandparents, your great grandparents, and their ancestors all had superpowers. They all had psychic abilities. However, could they sustain transformation states and God forms? These God forms are not necessarily trivial experiences. They take 25 for some people, 30 to 35 for other people, and at minimum 45 years for some people. This is a state you sustain that enables you to harness supernatural ability. For most of you, I won't be surprised if you're looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. This is the whole notion of Uranus opposite this, that square Saturn anchors advanced knowledge to push you into the rabbit hole of a supernatural experience that you're physically grounding. And that's why I have to ask you, pay attention to the synchronicities you've experienced here. You've experienced multiple times alone in just this week experiences that question the linear ways with which we've been taught reality is, which with your own experiences are proving that you are divine. This physical body is a conduit for you to go beyond everything you've been taught. So imagine your individuality. You are so revolutionary because you have a body. Imagine if you realized and scientists told you, hey, we were completely wrong about your body. Your spirit enables you to actually surpass physical, because I said I would. Listen, this is it. This is so important. This is so important. That's Jupiter 29 degrees that is using your belief to now augment your physicality. It doesn't mean that there's still balance, though. Libra and Virgo still have balanced mechanics to where there's still going to be a limit with which you can, but now you're able to like break through mental limits to harness more the max level of your body and spirit. Imagine if scientists said, hey, we didn't know that you actually have spirit ability and that you're our experiment. Imagine if the world leading scientists all around the world are like, hey, you are the most revolutionary part of the world. We need you to test out your abilities so that you can advance our findings because you are on the ground, Uranus and Taurus, creating these new abilities over the next decade. And so you literally can do anything in alignment with who you are, which should be honored. And what is very, very important to embrace. And when I mean in alignment with who I am, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing I can't do except give birth to a child. In honor of who women are, this is where we step into that whole twin flame soulmate mythos where we become one being. In honor of who women are, this is where I humble myself and I admit my limitations, right? Everything that I can do in honor of what I have been born with and who I am, I can do anything except give birth. Just like a woman can literally do anything except create sperm. She can't necessarily manifest the sperm, but a man can. And a man cannot have an egg, but a woman can. I don't know what the fuck that was about. I don't know that was weird. But like personally, you know what I'm saying? This is you unlocking the deepest mysteries of, on one layer, because South Node Scorpio, so many layers. On one layer, yourself. On another layer, your family. On another layer, the whole lineage. On another layer, society. On another layer, the collective. On another layer, the planet. On another layer, the solar system. On another, like levels and layers. So basically, all of that's being unlocked, and it's all Tower card being revealed to you. And this is where, okay, I was saying in the beginning, you have already stepped into and manifested what it is you've been feeling. But because what it is you're bringing in is beyond what you can currently perceive, you don't even know it's here. You're still, you don't know how to feel. And that's a good thing. That uncomfort is your brain expanding with Jupiter and Pisces. Okay. So imagine that you have wanted to manifest the love of your life, and you don't even know that they're the person who you've been walking past every day and just saying hi to. Hey, what's up? I haven't seen that person here. Hey, what's up? Right. And it's like, right, but like, hold on. Or it could be the person who you've just been messaging inconspicuously. You don't think anything of them, but the scales are going to release from your eyes. Some of you, your higher self and your subconscious trolled you and deliberately tricked you and had to blind you to certain things, block you from certain things, because some of you would have leaped forward before it was time, or some of you would have been held back before it's time. And so this is where, at an eclipse moment like this, boom, everything is revealed, everything is unlocked. And coming into this, yeah, but coming out of this, whoa. Okay. So I want to be very clear here. The quality with which you harness energy is preparing you for new world mechanics. In the new world, and ask any Pluto Sag, even these young Pluto Capricorns are already living this. Shout out to Pharaoh, who got his first reading. Shout out to Brandon Walton. You've been showing mad love, bro. Really appreciate you. I really hope you enjoyed that reading. So with that being said, in the new world, it's going to be a random encounter with someone. It's going to be so much more you being aware of the energetic dynamics because of the taboo being broken and people being more aware of these dynamics. It'll be very common for people to have energetic battles just through conversation. And you'll see the HP bar, and you'll see like people being drained of energy. Like the whole notion of someone charging an energy ball and throwing it at someone is a thing. But listen, it's not like anime. You're not going to see the energy, but you will feel it. Your chorea does not have the ability to perceive the electromagnetic frequency with which these energy frequencies exist. The only exception is if you have Sagittarius or Pisces. Those two mutable signs enable you. Sagittarius, you can see auras. If I were to actually charge my energy ball, a Sag sun will literally see it. A Pisces sun has extra sensory perception and can literally see ghosts and phenomena beyond what's real. It is a supernatural ability. There's nothing normal about it. If someone were to say that's unreal, it is unreal. That's why those one is ascended and the other is beyond. So it doesn't mean you're not still going to be able to use it. You just won't see it. You'll feel it though. You'll know it. And so the next generation is going to bring in the proliferation of utilizing these mechanics with guidance and wisdom from the older generation. We're here. You know what? I think I do mean cornea. Thank you. I keep on saying Korea. Cornea. I do mean cornea. So with that being said, what's very key here is you have been preparing yourself for this your whole life. What Scorpio is going to transform is, okay, the fact that the rug is going to be pulled under you. Your higher self is going to be like, okay, so you see how you did this 17 years of your life? You weren't doing that. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, I feel like some of you are already experiencing this and you feel like Neo in the office being cornered by agents. Okay. Some of you are starting to realize, okay, you know how you thought you went to high school? That wasn't really high school. That was actually a secret government training school. And the people who you went to school with were actually aliens. Like, it's starting to reveal your higher self knows that if it revealed everything at once, some of you would go into shock. Like, you would literally, and not even because you have a weak mind, you would literally go into shock. So it's giving you a little bit here, unveiling a little bit there. This, you'll know what I'm talking about because this started 2 weeks ago. This started the new moon in Scorpio. It's like, hey, yeah, remember that person who you thought was a vampire? They were really a vampire. Mm-hmm. Hey, yeah, remember that experience you had where you thought you had a near-death experience? No, you really died. You just resurrected. Hey, yeah, remember that experience where you knew someone was gonna die and then they died actually? Yeah, no, you actually had a hand in there. Like, just crazy shit. Just you know how Scorpio do. You know how Scorpio will reveal it and then just go ghost. Just like, and you killed him on accident too. Yo, I had a Scorpio do me like that. I swear to God. Hold on. I had this one Scorpio sun with a Pisces moon call me one day. It was one of the craziest conversations I ever had in my whole life. She was talking about, oh yeah, we don't have free will the same as other people. She was specifically teaching me about a certain aspect of my soul. And then I looked up in her chart and she had that too. And it blew my mind because she didn't read astrology. So she didn't know she had that in her chart, but she confirmed. She was talking to me about the dragon I had. Son, I have never heard from her again. Like, she called me, red pilled me, and ghost. I never heard. It's like she never existed. You Scorpios need to chill with that. Y'all are hawks for real. Y'all would just look at someone for weeks like, should I drop this bomb on him yet? Should I drop? Let me drop the bomb. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, ghost. Like, have the person all fucked up. Like, how did you even know that? I don't even know you. How did you know that? What? Have them all fucked up. And then you go ghost. They can't even find you. I can't. That's some anime shit. I can't. Y'all do that for real. Like, your boyfriend was cheating on you with 5 people. Yeah, Billy. How did you know that was one of the names? I just know. Like, what the fuck? Yes. Where did he even come from? How did you? Scorpio, you need to chill. You need to chill. I'm going to give it to you because this is your season. I'm going to just give you that because it's your season this season. But y'all, this is the nonchalance of how they'll just completely go in and just like take a secret from your Scorpio will just leap in your soul and just be like, oh, secret that you never told anyone for 5 years. Like, who told you to tell me that? Who told you to leap in my soul and speak on something I ain't never told anybody and just talk about it nonchalantly like it's not vulnerable? Scorpio, you walk in the room and Scorpio will be reading your diary. Wow, this is your secret diary, right? I like it. It's like, why are you reading my private diary? God forbid you read their diary. They will kill you. But they will just read your diary like it's okay. Like, it's me. What? This is so interesting. But hey, it is what it is. So I just want to be very clear here. There are deep secrets that are being revealed about you in a way that has been slowly but surely adding up to this. And so this full moon in Taurus is the ultimate complete secret. Okay. Law of one, that for some of you, it's going to be different things. Right? But it's all going to tie into one thing. So I know you've been feeling this, but as the moon gets ready to go across the north node and oppose on Uranus, like, look, we're going to have the full moon. This is insane, guys. We're going to have the full moon on your ass. I mean, on Uranus. I just wanted to say your ass. We're going to have the full moon on Uranus. This is it, guys. Yeah, this is it, guys. Homeboy, this is it. Flights. Air. Topping us down the Toyota shit. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is the 8th of November. This is going to be probably in another 5 hours, 6 hours. Do you see this? Moon on Uranus opposite the sun. This is it, guys. This is it, guys. So, like, you are on the precipice of unlocking a secret about yourself. I say yourself because the individual Taurus makes this personal to you. It's connected to the effects and the natural quality of your body. Like some of you, and the reason why this is so beautiful is this secret is not a new secret. This is the layers. This is where it's going to tie into every single event that you've had in your past. And like everything up until now, you've been gaining insight like, wow, this 5 years ago, you were like, wow, this happened. 2 years ago, you're like, wow, this happened because of this. Now you're understanding why everything happened. Like you're coming into the full understanding that makes sense of every mystery that you've had in your life so far. That's why they've been coming back a lot over the past 2 weeks. Okay. Because you're going to move forward with this and then ascend in Sagittarius. I can't really emphasize enough how important the next 2 weeks are, because this is going to fundamentally have you harvest the effects of this full moon. The effects of this full moon, I will show you in a video that you're going to enjoy because it's going to hit different. Once you see it, it's going to hit different. The ability for you to harness energy is so subconscious and unconscious. It's not just conscious. So that's why a lot of you can't just think it and feel it and make it happen. It takes years. Like the advent of prodigies who can just get it in a month is 1 in a billion. Many of you, it's supposed to take as long as it's supposed to, because you're doing the equivalent of unravel. Imagine like you have so much chakra nadis in your body. Well, you've gone through so much trauma. You've suppressed so much aspects of yourself and compartmentalized so much aspects on top of society, deliberately pushing you back and pressuring you to feel like a fucking weirdo or a loser if you actually tap into who you truly are. That for some of you, you have kinks. Like the energy that's supposed to flow freely is all entangled, it's all coiled, it's not flowing freely, and it just suppresses it. Some of you have to escape, others of you it's been suppressed. And so for 30 years, since 82, since 94, you've slowly but surely been unraveling it. The long, slow process. Tower moment, tower moment, tower moment helped unravel. Then you can build new neural pathways. And so many of you are now finally at a point to where you've unraveled everything. And this full moon is the final tower-like moment with Mars and Gemini that will. So the reason why you weren't aware as much of this energy flow is because you were untangling it, is because there was so much development that now during a square like this, which triggers you with collective events, you're going to notice what was always there. And that's why the layers will unlock and you're going to just fully break through this rabbit hole. Many of you, a rabbit hole you fell into 2012, you're finally walking out of. This is the ultimate final portal. By the way, I need to make sure we're clear. You know, you're walking through a portal. So Jupiter retrograding back into Pisces is facilitating the space abstractly linking with Neptune, the portal into the astral, so that we can walk through a portal. Okay. Physically, we're in 3D, but with our spirits and our souls that are empowering this physical vessel, we are going through a portal. I'm holding back saying energetic portal. I'm just going to say portal. The portal, as we can see, the first part of this is the moon going through the nodes. The Jupiter is meant to kind of beep, beep, beep. Thank you, some sweet. If we didn't have Jupiter going into Pisces, we would go through the nodes and you would feel like you're fucking dying. But Jupiter's retrograded back in Pisces, so you can escape like you have laughing gas. It's just you're not aware of this because you're in a 3D body. So you'll know it. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're feeling the pain. Some of you are feeling a lot of pain, and the pain you're feeling is the collective pain that comes from the realization that everything, like the actual anima and energy, is dying. Some of you are actually feeling this. You're seeing the illusion of the 3D, and you're tapping into the pain of the collective. Millions of people, on top of being gaslighted over the last year and a half, are crying. Their souls are crying out. The most heinous rituals being done on people's consciousness have been occurring. The blood of the saints is crying out. The blood of sacrificed children are crying out. And so some of you don't have the ability to shut off what's truly happening, and you've been having to put on a fake smile and like cry in the bathroom because you're seeing people smile, but you hear their souls crying. Okay. And now this probably might get me in trouble for saying, but there are high level wizards who are using their influence to take energy from people. Y'all know what I'm talking about because you see through. A lot of you don't have the details, but you don't know the details because you just feel it's bullshit. And that's all you need to know. You don't have to know the details so that they can gaslight you into saying you don't have proof. The burden of proof is not on you. This is your power that they're wanting to take. And your decision to not give away your power might make you unpopular to the collective, but you are maintaining your independence and sovereignty. Okay. Oh shit, we got the accuser in the building. See, we know of your plot, dude, to use these elites, okay, and steal people's energy, yo. Okay, we were just foiling your plot right now. But don't worry, we got the angels. We got the angels and Armageddon. We're gonna throw you in the lake of fire later, son. Okay, you ain't been the same since you fell, son. Okay, since you fell into the second heaven, son. It is what it is. But what I really want to very powerfully emphasize is that this portal, once you come out this portal of transformation, Jupiter is going to come out of Pisces as the sun comes out of Sagittarius, the ascension breakthrough. And then we step into Capricorn season, paving through this new transformed state. So for some of you, this is a transformation state because you transform into a godlike being or harness godlike abilities. For others of you, you're already a god. You're already a goddess. There's different tenets here because everyone's different. Some of you, you're gods and goddesses. Others of you, you're a vessel of a god or goddess. Others of you, you work directly with a god and goddess. So maybe you don't have it on your person, but you can summon it. You can call on it. Everyone's different. No one is, in my opinion, no one is better than the other because it really depends on how you use what you got. So this is why I'm saying some of you, you're already at the god goddess level. So you don't have a transformation state, but everyone transformed. Some of you, you're at the human level, but you have a transformation state to a godlike level. Others of you can integrate godlike power into your form. Okay. So whichever one of those of that is you, you're going to unlock the mystery and manifestation of how to tap into this. What's the difference between God, goddess, and earth angels and Michael? Great question. Angels are 6-dimensional frequencies. An angel is really just an expression of God. You have gods and goddesses, and then you have God. God is the Almighty, the one true God. When you talk about a goddess or a god, you're talking about a concept that is eternal. Anything that doesn't have a beginning or an end is a god. Love, friendship, certain ideals, right? Then you have angels, which are just messengers, the expressions of God. Mike L, Gabriel, Uriel. Okay. And you have archangels, which are probably like different principalities, thrones, and expressions, which are all expressions of the one God. This is important because you can say God is a celestial, depending on certain mythoses, right? You can say the God is a God, but that gets really complicated. This is very important because this Piscean and magic is going to reconstitute how you perceive the divine. It's breaking you through the misleading nature of materialist reductionist science and also delusional fanatical religion so that we can balance it in truth. Okay. And what's very important here is that you are breaking through the dynamic of very powerfully bridging the true mental form of you in the physical. You are not your physical form. This is just the projection of you. This is the self concept of you. You exist as a, I don't want to say you're a mental being, but you exist beyond this mental realm or beyond this physical realm as an energy, as a mental being that you, through your self concept, project this physical being as. Of course, this vibrates slower. So if you change your self concept of self, it's not just going to instantly change unless you're a Sag rising or Pisces rising and you have a shape shifting ability. A lot of people don't know that about Pisces risings right now. They've upgraded their physiology. Anyway, this is where controversial statements, like I'm saying now, will break through and proliferate into the collective because there's certain things that science will never catch up to now. Like we've reached that threshold where science will, modern science will never catch up to who you are and what we're doing. And there's a point where it could, and it will never catch up. And that's not a fault of science at all. It's just modern science has reached its limit. We're going to need supernatural science protocol because you're a supernatural being. And the influence of these forces that have for so long held back your ability to express this, it's gone. And so you're going to see this as a counterattack. You're going to see this in a sense as a total transformation of how the silent majority in society are breaking back and clapping back at these fake false movements that are attempting to literally gun at your children, and whether through gender reassignment or other such bullshit, aim at their souls. And this is going to heat up this culture war and take this to the next level. That being said, you know who's who now based on their actions, and it's time to act accordingly. So the 16-degree opposition here is so very important. 16, which is the tower degree in tarot, right? Is, I want to make sure we're clear here, you are transforming. Everyone is transforming. It's just some of you, in order to harness and maintain your transformation, you're going to have to master a transformation state. And so from Moon in Taurus to Moon in Leo is going to be you mastering this transformation state. For others of you, you don't have to maintain the state because you're already a Sagittarius sun or rising. So you're already at goddess level. So you're going to transform and you just have to maintain that habit. But you don't have to do anything to maintain that state. It's a duality for some of you. For others of you, okay, you, because your transformation is beyond your physical self, you actually have a transformation form, and then you revert from this transformation form to your base state, back to the form, to your base state. Cancer is special, but Sagittarius is ascension. Sagittarius represents victory. So this is actually very important because there's a lot of things that I say about zodiac signs that people now get in their feelings and they think about the person. Like, for example, I'm going to say Sagittarius is the best. Sagittarius is victory. Sagittarius is ascension. But some of you are going to look at Sagittarius people and be like, no, I know a Sagittarius person. That person is not a Sagittarius. They're all the zodiac signs. They just represent one sign. So a lot of what you don't like about a zodiac sign is the other planets they have in their chart that mesh with that. The vibration of victory is Sagittarius. The vibration of winning and ascension is Sagittarius. So like that's just no debate. It's not really a bias. That's what leads to accomplishments in Capricorn, and then divinity and bliss in Pisces. You feel me? So this is where every sign has something. You know what I'm saying? Like every sign builds on another. So like that's why, one sign can't really be, the worst or not. But uh I like to believe that Sagittarius is an ascension state that's like going Super Saiyan. You can equate it to that. Jupiter of expansion is the level up. So you could see people with Sag energy can flare up their energy. It's just the reason why that's very misleading is not everyone has a fire temperament. And this is where this full moon is going to unlock the mystery of how you bend your energy. Dragon Ball Z is more fire temperament stuff. Many of you have air, fire, water, earth. And so the way you harness your energy is not going to be like, bah! Like this fire sign shit. And not even all the fire signs do it. Some of you, you don't have to harness your energy because you're in a continuous state of energy harnessing. Others of you, you have to be by the ocean. Others of you, like every single one of you is so unique. The only constant that we share is that we can harness life force energy. It's just the way that we do is unique. And that's what's going to mark this revolution. It's also what's going to mark the false flag attacks so that government authorities could use the whole notion of accidental events. In other words, the reason why you're going to see a lot of people die, the reason why you have the whole excess death thing is that the government needs a way to shave off numbers before a majority of their populace awaken superpowers that can overthrow them. So don't think these people don't know of the genetic potential of most people. And this is what is going to constitute the Pluto Aquarian planned false flag attacks and mass extinction events, so that you're so distracted with everything that's occurring, you don't even know the main reason all this happened was to circumvent your inevitable awakening. So that you're so distracted with this disease, this illness, this, that actually the real reason is you're awakening superpowers so powerful. Like that's why I made that prediction too, just to let you know, hey, like you're being lied to. Like I predicted Takeoff's death, Angela Lansing's death, Robbie Coltrane's death. I specifically said those two were deaths and that one's a murder. Like the fact that I can do this casually means you can do this casually, means that you're being lied to about everything about who you are, about your connection to elements outside of time space, so that you can discern events that have yet to happen. This is a basic ability. And so the pressure of these things being suppressed your whole life is going to just springboard you through. Okay. And this is what's going to very powerfully, the reason why this is very amazing is that personally, you have already experienced supernatural phenomena in tandem with just who you are. Okay. That it's a lot easier for you to accept a lot of what I'm saying as fact, because it's really not based on fiction. It's based on this reality you're perceiving. So that being said, I just want to congratulate you. I just want to honor you. Okay. You don't have to have all the answers because you are the answer. You're uplifting out of the old protocol. Thank you, Jenny, of how you were brainwashed in school through inductive and deductive reasoning to believe that you have to learn what is Gemini, then you analyze in Virgo to figure out how and analyze it. Then you synthesize what it means in Sagittarius, and then you form a belief. But the process is reversed. First, you have to start with the belief of what you want to create because you are a creator of your reality. Then you visualize in Sagittarius how you want it to happen in Virgo, and that defines what the experience is. Magic. This is why I always didn't understand why you didn't need to know how things had to be done, but you really don't have to understand how. You create how. You're the magician. You see how that brings the power back to you? Okay. It's very important to denote the subtlety of why this had to be in deceptive fashion taken from you as a kid. All right. Why you had to be kind of brainwashed, and why it's important for you to take your power back. You're not a victim, by the way. I'm not saying this is you're a victim, because you gave your power away. That's how powerful you gave your power away. So now you're taking your power back. Okay. And this is feeling so liberating coming into the Sagittarius season. It's going to literally blast you off. So I want to once again illustrate that you being here right now is proof that you're a goddamn badass. Okay. The fact that you're here in this full moon means that you're ready to take your ability to harness your full state. The purpose of your ability to harness energy is that you're going to be able to harness a state where you are expressing yourself at your peak. The lesson now moving forward is how much can you sustain this focus state where you're at your peak self? For some of you, be 5 seconds. For some of you, be 5 minutes. For some of you, 5 hours. And now coming into this next Jupiter cycle, by the time we're coming back to Jupiter and Pisces, is what you can do to expand this transformation state or this state to the next level, and stuff that I can't even begin to fathom and talk about. Okay. So with that being said, there's so much more I want to say. Steve, I do appreciate you. There's so much more I want to say. This is huge for a lot of you. Many of you are accepting the fact that you're immortal. Okay. Not all of you are immortal. And those of you who are not immortal, you actually still have a deep understanding of life after death. So some of you are realizing you're not immortal because you specifically asked God or spirit not to be immortal. Not because you couldn't be immortal, but you're like, no, I want to pass on. Like you're like, if you're not immortal, you already see your reincarnation chain, or you already have an idea of where you're headed to next or something. But some of you are realizing you're immortal. It's like a mind fuck. It's like you're being constantly, perpetually reminded that, you know what I'm saying? You're different. That's all I'm gonna say. You're different. That's all I'm gonna say. It's interesting. And for so long, okay, I want you to comment a fire sign emoji if you have been confirmed concepts about yourself that are supernatural, that in theory, an idea you know are true, that you no longer doubt. It's at least one or two things that are supernatural that you can say confidently about you, that you know are true. Like for me, I could say I'm an angel and I'm immortal. I've had proof of this. I've had other people see my angel form. I've had a near-death experience, you know what I'm saying? But your understanding of this has been more mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it's true. The reason why it was difficult for you to accept is because you didn't have a real sense of it. But you struggled to accept it mentally, and then you broke through to where intellectually you understand it. The disconnect here is that you may not necessarily have been able to realistically understand this concept. So if you're commenting a fire sign emoji, right? You've experienced intellectually the truth of this concept, but you haven't necessarily physically, you know what I'm saying? Like tangibly been able to grasp it, but you know you can't doubt it because you've done it. So for example, this will also apply to you. Some of you, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Some of you are you know that for a fact you have the ability to affect things with your mind, but it's not really tangible yet. But intellectually, you know it's true because you thought about your friend and they called you, right? And then you try to think of somebody else and they didn't call you. And you try to think of somebody else and they didn't call you. And you try to think of your friend again and they didn't call you, right? So you tried it again the other day. You try to think of some other friend, like, call me. And they called you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know it's real because you've done it, but it's not tangible. It's not necessarily like real. It's just a concept. Congratulations. If you commented a fire sign emoji, this full moon in Taurus is going to bring tangibility to it. What you didn't understand is that the thing that you wanted to see first is the last thing you get because it's the package. So you basically got everything else first. You got all the unseen, untangible elements of this. And this is the true form of manifestation. You felt it first, then you saw it, then you understood it intellectually. And after you understood it intellectually, now it's becoming real. That's the very last part. Now you've understood it to a degree where you're in rhythm and it's like, hey, I want to talk to my friend Richard right now. Dick! Hey, what's up, Dick? I'm good. I was just thinking about you, so I thought I was gonna call. I know. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna be back. Um, the Sagittarius chick, the Sagittarius goddess who I emailed. Let me. I want to talk to her. Oh, how'd you get my number? Oh, you put it in your email. Of course I was gonna call back. You're so sexy. Oh no, you're so cute. You don't gotta call me sexy. Oh shit. Y'all are wildin'. Oh my gosh. No pause. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And now you in Sagittarius season, like, you unlock the new superpower. Hold on, I think someone's calling me. Is this Derek? How did you know? This is gonna be you, Sagittarius season. You're here. You're literally there. You're literally here right now. Congratulations. The Uranus opposition is the unique, unconventional dynamic of this that lifts your mind out of an old mundane to a new supernatural reality. There's nothing about this that's not going to feel weird as fuck. That's why you just have to let go of this making sense because you're going to make the sense of it. You're the new understanding of it. You're the how, the why, the what, the where, okay. Anyway, so that being said, your superpower is unique. And this is you grounding the tangible understanding of what you need to break through. For some of you, you're going to receive the magic word that you need to transform. You're going to see that wizard and say Shazam. For others of you, you're going to know exactly how to breathe or whatnot. And for everyone, it's different, but I just want to cover a little bit the aftermath of this. So Moon in Gemini is immediately after we manifest this in Taurus. And I just want to appreciate all of you for being here with me through this. This is a great honor. It's going to go in Gemini, and you're going to understand the enlightened, magical intellectual processing function for your brain of what to think and how to think to facilitate this 8th house transformation. Okay. Because Mercury is in Scorpio, this will come into the bottom of, appreciate you, Markel. This will literally come into the bottom of, literally by this point, square Jupiter in Pisces, changing fundamentally forever the way you now break through forever in harnessing this transformation state and energy. This is what's going to lead into Cancer, the grand water trine, that's going to help you feel fully into the wisdom of emotionally and energetically adjusting and aligning how this should all feel. Because after the 8th house transit, it's going to shift a lot. And so the moon in Cancer will now fill in opposite Pluto, a total breakthrough mini boss mode of how you fully purge any feelings or aspects of yourself out of alignment. This grand water trine is also now post eclipse going to reveal every intuition that you have not understood. Every sign that you've received, especially in tandem to this, you will be more clear on and understanding in. It's going to be such a beautiful completion that's also going to serve as a deeper Cancer moon activation of power, breaking through with the Pluto. Oh, but it gets better, because then the moon's going to be 10th house in Leo with the quarter square. And relative to the quarter square, what this is going to push out is the final definition and conclusion of this harvest, to where sextile Mars and King Kunk's Pluto, you are more bold and clear than ever of the strength and quality of energy you harness here being brought out to the results of what you're transforming into. Okay. So what, and it'll, what I just said really makes no sense, but it's going to make more sense coming into there. From the 7th to the 10th house, it's you harvesting the quality of this energy by downloading it on your person. So from new moon in Scorpio 2 weeks ago to now, you have been effectively downloading core energy from your balls or your ovaries, because Scorpio is your sex organs. So you've been awakening supernatural energy from your sex parts. And it's slowly but surely been rising. Ding, 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 ding. Full moon. So the full moon is harvesting this, and now it's manifesting the quality of this energy on your person. It's you wearing the clothes of this energy. By the time the moon's in Leo, now you're on stage with your energy. And this is basically, guys, do you know what I just described? You're putting on the armor of God. You're getting ready to go to war. You're getting ready to go to war. So from this full moon, you get the armor, and then you put on the armor. Belt of truth, shoes of peace, and then moon in Leo, you have the full armor of God, and then you're getting ready to go into Sagittarius season, and with that new moon, fight this war. The moon in Virgo is going to connect you with all the real ones that you're going to be fighting with. And then, of course, the balsamic phase in Libra is going to transcend. Now that you have this armor, how you deal with who you deal with. Then we have the balsamic in Scorpio, which will transcend and transform everything you've understood. Boom, new moon, baby. Wartime, victory, adventure. Okay. So, with that being said, thankfully, your religious affiliation or what you believe has nothing to do with you putting on the armor of God. You could put on the armor of God no matter what you believe in. Because you don't have that armor, you're gonna die. The devil and its forces will ravage you. You need God. You need God. You need Christ. That being said, the word of God, the sword, is your only offensive weapon, the truth of logos that aligns you with reality. So, with that being said, okay, that's so amazing. What's very important here is that relative to this unlocking of energy, the last thing that I want to kind of denote is you are very powerfully, okay, I have no idea, to be honest. I actually don't know. Personally, intuitively, if you can incorporate your period blood in any ritual, congratulations. I feel like it'd be super spicy, but I think that's a really good question. If any high priestesses know, feel free to say in the chat. Um, Other than that, what I want to really illustrate here is with the South Node and Venus and Mercury. Um, I'm gonna use the analogy of Hancock, divine masculine and feminine. Hancock was married to an angel who was already in a relationship and married with a child. But that's not the point. The point of what I'm saying is Hancock did not understand why he had the powers he had until his past life ex-wife revealed that to him, which he only did because he accidentally saw that she had powers too. You are connecting with certain people who you have realized have certain gifts or you connect with at a certain level. And you're going to realize that you are either the one that's going to reveal somebody's past life nature to somebody, and or someone's going to reveal that to you. The way this is going to work is you're going to reveal it to them and it's going to unlock something in them that they'll reveal to you, or they're going to reveal it to you and it's going to unlock something in you that you'll reveal to them. This you and them doesn't have to be a person. It could be a tree. It could be an environment. It could be a collective consciousness. It could be multiple different people in one consciousness. So I want to really be clear here that with this South Nodal Sun, there is a secret to your soul. There is a secret to your soul that is going to be unlocked this full moon. Once we get to that exact 16-degree conjunction, that's going to be an epiphany. You are on the verge of an epiphany moment. Oh, I feel this so deeply for you. I want you to comment an exclamation mark if, and we've done this before, but if you've been feeling over the past 2 weeks, you've been revisiting crazy stories and events that you've had, stuff that have been question marks, like, how did this happen? Like, when I was around here, this person died, or I said this thing and this happened in the world. You're about to be finally revealed the secret to that. If you have been going through every single event in your life, your soul has been trying to get your attention to be like, remember this happened, remember this happened. The reason why all of it is coming together is it's a judgment awakening. You are getting ready within the next few hours. Some of you always knew why. So this is very important. Some of you always knew why. So for those of you who knew, you're going to take it to the next level, but you're getting ready to understand one secret that's going to tie in together the understanding of everything. Does that make sense? It's the releasing and transforming into who you truly are. So you're going to understand the true core essence of you, and then you're going to be like, that's why that happened. That's why I did this. That's why this happened. And this is going to blow your mind. Specifically, Uranus opposite Mercury square Saturn, the Uranian element opposite Mercury will blow your mind with Saturn, that will anchor it with advanced knowledge to blow your mind, because you're crucially breaking through an element of causality and timing that will help you take this bridge and revelation and completely transform how you harness magic. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Trust me. You guys have been the reason why I feel so amazed for you is many of you have been walking with people lying to you about your potential, fronting on you, gaslighting you. And so you've been seeing a fog, and you're finally going to break through this fog. You only had your intuition to move from, and you were terrifying people because they kept lying to you so that you'll go the wrong way. But you didn't trust your physical sight. You trusted your intuition that helped you see through the unseen, and you were just intuitively going the right way despite people like someone would tell you. You would ask someone, how do I get to this store? And they would purposely say, oh, you have to go that way. And then intuitively you'd be like, okay, and just go the other way, the right way. And they'll be like, what the heck? They'll start to be offended and be like, I said go that way. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like that's right. But you're not even from here. They're trying to gaslight you, but you go the right way. And they're just looking at you so weird. Like, how do you still know? Even though I'm trying to, that's deep. That's a really deep. That's really deep. Like, some of you around some really evil people. Gaslight, just fronting like they're cool, but you see through them. And you're gaining victory. It's prophecy. You're gaining victory over all that bullshit. Because, and here's the mission, you're meant to gain victory over your local space. Then you're going to take this to your national space, and you're going to take this to the international space. So you're going to take it local, then you're going to take it regional, then you're going to take it state, then you're going to take it national, then you're going to take it international. You're on this mission. The reason why you can't skip corners is because at each step of the way, people need you. It's not about you getting there quick. It's about the people along the way who need you. So you have to take step by step. And you're literally going to go through that video game like state to break out of your city and go international and then come back into the city. Okay. That being said, what I would like for you to watch right now is a very important 10-minute video that will effectively let you know what it is we're all getting ready to harvest. So when you watch this video, basically what I was saying in the beginning, when I was saying you have broken through the manifestation and unlocking of desires, but also a technique that you don't know you can do right now. The reason why you don't know is once we exit this portal and we're in Capricorn season of utilization, you're using it. You're using it. This is going to be the greatest breakthrough of all time. You're using it. Okay? You can use it right now. Right now, you have something that you can use right now. But as we come out the fog, you're going to start to realize, oh, I've always been able to use this. Versus a rare few of you who are already using it, but you're going to use it at such a higher level, you didn't even know you were using it at that higher level. Okay? I'm going to show you this video. And as you see this video, okay, I want you to see everything that you see in this video. Your higher self is going to initiate you into in your own unique way. So don't worry about how to do this. You're already doing this. And this full moon to next week, by the time we're at the end of next week, you're doing what you're about to see in this video. The part of this week is you're going to realize you've always been doing it. You're just going to take your power back, and you're going to start to configure how it is you use it. So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Check this out.
I first met him in the early 80s in a Chinatown of urban Java. He didn't want his real name or address revealed, so we called him DJ for Dynamo Jack. He was only a healer, he said, but he did direct a powerful energy generated from his own body into his patients. Sometimes he used the needles, sometimes just his hands. He called the energy Qi, and it was so strong that he usually needed a grounder to hold his patients' feet. For years we followed him around Java on his healing rounds, pleading to be allowed to film him, but he always refused, saying his powers resulted from a type of meditation with an ancient tradition of secrecy. It was only when my brother Lorne was suffering from a serious eye infection that he finally allowed us to film him in 1987.
It was nothing like any acupuncture I'd ever had. I was getting really powerful electric shocks and couldn't control my movements at all.
Yin yang, positive and negative, you know. And my positive from here and my negative from here. And we meet together, this can get like electricity.
And is this because you're special? You have a special sort of
It's
body?
meditation every day.
It's meditation that does it.
Meditation every day. Like you can touch me, like this. It's nothing, okay? It's my brain. Just like this.
For our sound recordist, it was also a shocker. He then took our newspaper outside and showed us how Qi can also be used to set things on fire. When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset and refused all our future efforts to contact him again. As the years passed, we sadly resigned ourselves to never seeing him again. My brother Lorne never did, for by 1997 he was already dead, when I again found myself with DJ, now treating me for an eye problem. But it wasn't this that brought me back. He had tracked me down out of the blue and invited me to tell me a story. He had just returned from 2 years on a deep meditational journey, alone in the heart of Borneo. Amongst his revelations, he had seen, he said, how history was moving on into great change, and the old wisdom was vanishing. So he'd called me back to film just enough of him to remind us that we all have undreamed of powers sleeping within us, and that there's nothing special about him except for his training in waking them. Grounding this patient, my cameraman Joe is having to use all his weight to keep contact. The Qi is pushing him away. He seems able to control the amplitude of this Qi, like a dimmer switch, and it causes uncontrollable responses in the patients and their grounders.
I can barely keep my hand on you. Fly off, the electricity is so strong.
This mother unwittingly grounds her child. He won't sit still, so she's asked to hold him and grin and bear it. Sometimes signs of this passing energy can be seen in the transmitter too. This Qi stuff is only the surface, he says, of the real adventure beneath, in the meditational technique. Projecting Qi from the palm of the hand can also be used to resist rifle pellets, he says. First, you learn to distinguish between yin and yang Qi in your body. Then how to pool it in your navel chakra. Then how to project it, he says. And it's the proportionate mixture between yin and yang which accounts for different effects, like pulling or pushing objects or igniting them. Then he gets really strange. He says that mastering yin qi is the key to the spirit world. There's a long tradition of Indonesian krisis being possessed by spirits. So people bring him their krisis to see if they're duds. Here, he says, he doesn't manipulate matter by projecting mixtures of yin and yang qi. He merely creates a field of yin energy in which, he says, if there's a spirit, it can manifest itself. So I invited a small group of scientists back from the United States with measuring equipment to test if DJ was for real. And if so, where might this energy belong on the electromagnetic spectrum? Catherine Cook, CEO of the Mind Science Foundation in Texas. Dr. Roger Nilsson, a Swedish medic and international racing sailor. Dr. Greg Simpson, a physicist from New York's Albert Einstein University, and Andreas Polak, one of DJ's Australian students. The visitors are confident they'll uncover him as a fraud in no time. Greg is the first guinea pig, and he's uncomfortable about showing that he can feel anything at all. Dr. Roger doesn't know what to expect. Out comes the metal detector, like the things they use in airports, to see if he has any concealed metal in his body. Then the voltmeter, to try and measure the qi. But how to get it to work? Where's the ground? What settings? DJ suggests that as his negative is his perineum, and his positive is his navel chakra, perhaps that's where the electrode should be attached. He doesn't stand on his dignity. He's eager to help, but still no readings. They're getting shocks off his arm, and now they're on the right settings, but the needle still isn't moving. DJ says it isn't electricity, it's qi.
It's 1, 2, up, I feel it in my whole body. I feel it at 3, 0.3, I feel it in my legs. Shit,
But suspecting there's some tricky setup on his premises they can't find, they insist we all go to a randomly chosen hotel room several miles away to see if he can light a light bulb with his fingers. It doesn't ground on the wall. So Greg holds and grounds one wire, while DJ pumps qi through the other. The bulbs are LEDs, light-emitting diodes, which ignite in different colors according to the intensity of current.
Yes.
on, off, on.
Brilliant.
Oh, you're blinking.
Things were going well. DJ was enjoying it too, until he invited us all out to lunch at his local, where he tried to push a chopstick through the table. He couldn't get it through the formica surface, so he came up through an inch of wood from underneath. Not only did he draw his own blood, but a chopstick splinter had caught Alison here between the eyes, drawing more. The incident was laughed off apologetically, but next morning he was a different man, drawn and upset. He said he'd been visited all night by his long-dead master, raging that he'd broken the strict taboos of his sect, never to show off in public and never to cause harm or draw blood. He felt deeply chastised. All further testing and filming must end. Never again would he submit to public scrutiny, nor accept any new students. He would sink from sight and continue his healing in obscurity, as he had done since before we met him in the early 80s and had always told us was right.
Let's get it. If you're here, let me just drop the bomb on you. You're here because you are chosen by your own self to lead into this next era of consciousness and harnessing energy. What you're going to realize is there are multiple paths to your own unique being to the destination. And what I mean by that is you don't have to understand how to do this. That sounds like yo, 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 yo. All right. Um, yeah, you're gonna recognize that you don't have to figure out how to do this because you've spent the last 10, 15 years teaching yourself how to do this. Um, each and every single one of you have your own unique way of harnessing chi. What we just showed you is the most traditional sense. The North Node in Taurus is converging every single one of your uniqueness through the physical body of our ability to take the yang and the yin to come together, but the effects that they produce are as unique as you. So, this is the most important thing that I'm really feeling guided to say. You are watching this. Here's the bomb I'm gonna drop on you. If you're watching this video, you are chosen by your own self to push forward the advent of consciousness and energy harnessing with your own unique way to harness energy. So there's the traditional way that you're going to learn because you already know, but here's the best part. You're already doing it. You're going to realize that you're already doing it, but you're doing it in such a unique way relative to your Kirk, your personality, that you're going to learn through this breakthrough how to further integrate this in ways that are more tangible. So I'm going to do a special ritual and reading. I'm going to do a pick a card reading so that after I do this ritual, you will know the major arcana theme relative to your element affinity of what energy is assisting you towards harvesting the supernatural energy. I'm going to do a ritual that we are coordinating with your higher selves that have brought you here as their avatars, so that using my focal energy of Venus in Taurus, that is anchored with this eclipse, and you're focusing on me, I'm going to use this labradorite crystal. Shout out to Lashana who made this orgonite. This is a master angel who made this. And I'm going to project my intent and frequency while I play these frequency codes. I'm going to do it for a short time, 3 minutes. I'm going to set this intent. The intention that I'm going to set is to blast, awaken your understanding so that you immediately, this broadcast is over, come into synchronicity after synchronicity to walk through a special rabbit hole that will help facilitate understanding the secret. And it's only going to work because you're allowing it. So I'm putting the intent, and if you claim and accept this, your higher selves will basically facilitate this. So that's why they brought you here, so that we can co-create this. Okay, this is an emergency ritual, and yeah. So for the next 3 minutes or minute or 2 minutes, I'm just going to be projecting this. Yeah. This is the most Aquarius shit I've ever done. The robot sounds and all that. Hold on. I really like that. Okay, so I have Pluto 15 degrees Scorpio, and so I connected my heart and Pluto to help facilitate this awakening because the sun is on my Pluto. So basically, um, albeit this is unconscious because you've accepted this, and all I did was simply set the intention to help facilitate this. And what I mean by this is you are welcome to share any synchronicities that occur after. I put us in an event space to where every discovery that we make will help each other. All right. It doesn't have to work out like that in a very linear way. But basically, the whole notion of this is where, not because of what I did, but because you accepted this, you're going to be like, this would have happened regardless. This was really more ceremonious, right? But you're going to be guided by the hand of your higher self to unfold what you've learned. Like some of you learned certain things that indirectly tie into energy harnessing, like your ability to manage crypto or your ability to rent cars or manage car rentals, like stuff that you might think is unrelated. The way you harness chakra and chi is unique, totally different. You think it's supposed to look a certain way, but you're going to teach the world your unique way. And this is where you're going to come into a tangible constant that everyone else will come into, to which you can, on that constant, express your uniqueness. So, in conclusion, I'm going to pull 4 cards for 4 piles. This is the fire pile, pile number 1. This is the earth pile, pile number. No, this is the fire pile, pile number 1. No, that's not true. Oh, because it is that. Okay. This is the earth pile. This is the earth pile, pile number 1, earth pile. This is the air pile, pile number 2. This is the water pile, pile number 3. And this is the fire pile, pile number 4. So we're going to do elemental affinity because not everyone harnesses energy the same way. And then some of you are from advanced generations. If you were born before 1982 or 94, if you were born before 1994, you have completed the long game. If you were born before 1994, you have completed the long approach to awakening your power. That means there's nothing more for you to learn. You've already taken the long approach towards unlocking and unraveling this. From 94 to 2022 is the completion of the energy grid of all your nadis. They're clear. If you were born after 95, you are an advanced alien freak. And so you don't have to do, you're going to do it the forceful way. It's literally like Hunter x Hunter. Anyone born before 94 is Zushi, that they took their time to open the oral nodes through the 30-year chapter. If you're born after 95, you're going to have a forceful moment where through force, your aura nodes are going to be awakened. And because you're so fucking advanced, don't worry, it's going to be better for it this way. So if you're born in the 2000s, if you're born after 95, you're so advanced, you're just going to kind of pick it up. Like it's good. You haven't yet awakened yet, but once Pluto goes into Aquarius and goes over your Uranus and Neptune, it's going to be the Hunter x Hunter where they put the Nen on it when it goes through there. Okay. So y'all don't have to wait because you're so advanced. You don't have to wait 30 years like we did. Anyone born before 94. But that's because we have Pluto in Scorpio and Uranus and Neptune in Cap. And so that takes its time. We can't speed that up. But for those of you with Pluto in Sag and Uranus and Neptune in Aqua or beyond, you can't wait. It's quick. You just got it. You just got it. You like that? That was nice. I like how I channeled. That was so accurate. Okay, you ready? You ready? So this is fire. This is earth, air, water, fire. Earth, air, water, fire. Earth, power 1, air, power 2, water, and then fire. If your natal born sun sign is in Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this is for you. If your sun sign is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, you're power 2. If your sun sign is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're power 3. And if your sun sign is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, then you're power 4. What about 94? No, 94 is the cutoff date. So if you're born in 94 or before, then you've gone to 30 years. And I'm referencing this based off of North Node in Scorpio. So 94 North Node was in Scorpio. 2022, the North Node is in Taurus. We have completed that 30 plus year arc. Anyone born after 94 means they're born in 95. So if you're born 94 and before versus 95 and after, 95 and after, you're advanced as fuck. So like you're good. Like you're new gen. Y'all are in a different anime. I'm gonna be real. Y'all are in a whole different anime than the rest of us. Like we're finishing our anime so that you can start yours and we be part of yours. Because y'all are on a whole nother level. Y'all are on a whole nother level. I have to give y'all your flowers. But yeah. Anyway, here's the best part about this. Underlying theme is you have everything you need. So for those of you who feel stuck, like, how do I awaken this power? Your power is already awakened. Your unique ability is already active. You have everything you need to harness this energy in the unique way that you harness the energy. I love all of y'all who are resonant to these anime analogies. You guys are fucking awesome. So they got that new anime subtitles and shit. Yep. So right, anyone who's 95 and after is Boruto. Anyone who's 94 and before, oh, I'm gonna break it down too. Anyone who's 94 and before is not only Shippuden, right? So like, if you're like before 83, you're Naruto. If you're born after 83 to 94, you're Shippuden. And then if you're born after 95, you're Boruto. That's the best analogy I think I've ever done in a long time. That shit was fire. Got that clean animation with Sag Pluto. Like, that is hilarious. Like, Shippuden is Pluto Scorpio, and then Boruto is Pluto Sag and beyond. Oh, Venus Alistar, I am not doing live readings. I really do appreciate you. What I can do is I will email you. I'll email you the reading. Okay, but when I do full moon ceremonies, the anime is trash. The manga's all right. The manga's all right. Just too much filler. When I do ceremonies, I don't do live readings. Just for future reference, but I do got you. I'll email you a card. So other than that, for those of you who got the Earth, we're going to start with Earth. For you earthbenders, the assistance towards this supernatural energy harvest and the results of this ritual we did for you is the Sun card, the path of light and happiness, exerting the masculine expression of your spirit and life force. So ironically, this is the life force path. Anyone who resonates with the earth element, this will be for you too. So this at a basic level is your happiness and being put in a position to very powerfully exude and open from your heart chakra. In a narrative sense, it also means you're going to step into a main character role. Earth, I think, progresses in the air, which is ironic, but it definitely does key in this very fortunate this is going to coincide with happy moments and a breakthrough, not happy moment, breakthrough success that triggers a lot of happiness. And because now the key to you harnessing your energy is being in your heart chakra and beaming it through, which I love because I would expect that for a fire sign. But I love how, as earth signs, you're having to really embrace this. You're having to really embrace this. Okay. So this is going to coincide with you manifesting these, amongst other things. So, what else do I need to say for the sun? These are messages that are going to let you know how your higher self is going to guide you into doing everything John Chang has been doing. Now, the most important thing, guys, is to know you're already doing this. So you're not learning something new. You're understanding what you've already been doing to break through into a new way to do it that harnesses this. And I'm so proud and happy for you guys. This is one of the greatest breakthroughs that we've been working for years. And moment aside, condolences to those who didn't make it, but as we move forward, let us keep killing it and winning. So for air, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So air, you're going to level up. This is some of you guys turning Super Saiyan. Your guidance through this is going to be through the mechanics of destiny and being aligned with your purpose and being at the right place at the right time. So whereas for earth, this is going to be a beaming of the heart chakra, air, this is going to be advanced magic mechanics that is going to teach you how to align your life force energy to harness and influence destiny and fate. Okay, you're going to be able to use your life force energy to either harness evolution states or to induce level up. So whereas for the earth is going to come into very powerful happiness and events that create happiness, and they're using their life force to be more positivity and joy and fire and strength. Air, you're using your life force to connect others and yourself to your destiny, to connect yourself to your life purpose, and to level yourself and others up. Okay, it's a high risk, high reward kind of magic. Okay. Use your sun sign because your sun sign is the strongest element. There's nothing that will ever beat your sun because the sun is so much bigger than other planets. Case in point, the only energy I have in mutable signs or air is my sun in Gemini. I don't have anything else in air. I have Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Neptune, Uranus, Moon, all in Earth. And yet air is my most dominant element. Even though I just have the sun, because it's just the sun, it makes air that much dominant. The next is Earth, obviously, but that's how strong the sun is. Okay. It's all life force based. Great question, bro. So air, what's really key, but see, for those of you with like moon and air or moon and earth, it'll still resonate with you. You can still gain from the message, but yeah, and you can even watch all the elements, but the sun sign is what you really want to resonate through. So we have that for the Wheel of Fortune. Earth, you're going to come in through a lot of happiness. Air, you're going to level up. That, and the leveling up is going to help you harness more so of this. Shout out to Atlantis Vibes Music. Okay. May the force be with you. And so for water, we have the Fool card. Water, you're stepping into a brand new Uranian definition of how to discern your psychic abilities and use your life force. So your higher self is going to guide you into a leap of faith. Okay. Earth, their higher self is going to have them accept the happiness in their heart. Air, your higher self is going to guide you towards a risk that will come into great reward. Water, you're going to have to follow your intuition towards a leap of faith, towards a brand new direction. That means water, you're resetting everything you know. You're forgetting everything you know. You're unlearning everything you know. Thank you, Xavier. Ooh, shout out to Xavier. Shout out to my good man Xavier. He's one of the Pisces that I've hung out with that just reminded me that y'all don't hold back your magic. It's ridiculous. Shout out to y'all, man. But yeah, the Fool card is definitely pushing you to realistically take risks, because water, you guys are going to pioneer new uses of life force that have never been used before. And so you're going to be seen as delusional. You're not going to feel delusion. You're going to feel free. But you want to have an open mind, because what you're stepping into is a totally new direction and field. And finally, fire. We have judgment. Fire, you're going to use your fire to awaken. So you're going to come into a great awakening. Your higher self is going to lead you into your highest purpose. It's actually somewhat similar to air. Like earth resonates with water because they're both happy themes and freedom themes. And then fire resonates with air because they're both purpose themes. Like fire is awakening to their true purpose, and air is evolving into their destiny. Okay, so you might find some connection with the elements like that, but I hope this helped. With fire, judgment is going to completely reveal the secrets that have been hidden from you since you were a child, and it's going to awaken your true power, and it's going to awaken you to your true purpose, all in that order. This is the most serious card out of all the piles. Like air is getting lucky. Earth got the happiest card. Earth got the strongest cards. Earth coming into physical success is going to bring happiness. Water, you're going to step into like a completely new chapter. So everyone's really doing something here, which is beautiful. And I'm going to pull one more bonus card for everybody. For you watching, what is the main message and lesson to break you through into harnessing this unique sense of your abilities and power right now, this very moment? Okay. Last thing I want to say is, once again, in embodying this uniqueness of consciousness, you have people who really feel like they're too cool for school. Like all those idiots in high school and in college and in the working life and in real life who feel like they're too cool to talk about the spiritual stuff, and they make these weird, stupid jokes because they think they're smarter than people. You're going to see that they've been playing themselves the whole time. Like they've just been grossly insecure creatures who are intimidated by how passionate you are about what you know. And so they have to try and play this nuance of coolness to feel better. As you step more into this uniqueness of supernatural power, this is going to evoke such cognitive dissonance and incongruence, because these people only think this in their head. They're fake. That's why they project this and then double back and gaslight to act like, oh, I'm just joking. No, you're a bitch. You're not. You're just stupid. It is what it is. So just really keep that in mind, because this is going to break you through considerably and turn the tables of this dynamic where you're looking at these people like they're losers, because they are. It's like you've been fake your whole life, and you've been trying to gaslight me because I intimidate you because you're fake as hell. And this is going to be you going in on people. This is why I'm saying you're putting the armor on this week, and then you're going to go in on people. And it is what it is. People aren't going to be able to hide behind these telepathic or rhetoric in real life or not. And they're just going to be more clear on how inferior they are, because they made the decision to be inferior, not because you see yourself as higher than them, but because they lowered themselves by making themselves think they're better than you. Anyway, we do have the Devil card. So this is that ego and material influence that's going to help you break through by testing you every step of the way to make sure that you don't back down because of whack social pressure. Okay. And the breakthrough of this ego here is the Star. So before the Star card comes, the Devil card is going to come. The imposter syndrome, the doubt, the, oh, you really think you're spiritual, the, oh, for some reason, this is also sex. Sex will help break you through. But oh, you think you know what you're saying, and you're going to kick the devil in the nuts, and you're going to be like, yes, bitch. And you're going to break through and become the Star. So once you break through the trial of the devil, you will become the Star. because this is the devil's job. The devil has to do this so that you make the decision to give in to false egoic pressure, or with the star, the truth of your spirit. And so you're going to make that decision. Every single one of you will have that trial to where, are you going to be embarrassed to embrace elements of your gifts and abilities? Or are you going to embrace it and become the star you've always been? Okay. This is where you have receipts. You already had gone through Virgo season, so you have receipts. Like I have receipts. I'm 6 and 5 and 5 and 5 on predictions. So no one can tell me that psychic abilities aren't real. I'll just be like, oh, objection. If psychic abilities aren't real, then how did I predict this? Coincidence. Okay, what happens if I have a coincidence again another week? This is us breaking through. Just like I have receipts like that, you have receipts like that too. So all that bullshit people were talking about before, it's the counterattack, baby. And if you're ready to kick ass and take names, put on the armor of God. Okay, and I like that. I like that. Do we really need receipts? We don't need to prove anything to anyone. I really like that, Chris. Thank you for mentioning that. The only reason why we're going to need receipts is because you're pushing forward into transforming society in a way that people are going to need receipts to take you serious. But that being said, if you're ready to kick ass and take names, put on the armor of God, align yourself with God's will, and I'll see you on the other side.